Hold on, guys. It's the GPS going higher here, and it looks like Kanye deal and Gap. All right, so market reacting to that deal with Kanye. So 1103, 1174, long gone. Kanye and Gap. All right, let's get cracking.
Stock futures are slipping this morning just ahead of the opening bell. NYMEX crude is lower at just
30 seconds.
$80 a barrel this morning. Kanye West's Yeezy fashion label is coming to Gap. The rapper and designer is teaming up with Gap on a new line of apparel for men, women, and kids called Yeezy Gap. Products are expected to debut in stores and online next year, according to the company. Once again, looks like a lower open for Wall Street this morning after a higher close yesterday for stocks. The Dow futures
Here we go, 10 seconds. Picking up a lot of volume on that last candle though. The GPS is picking up a lot of volume in the last candle there.
Who's winning here? Where is the pressure right now?
That's our goal.
What worries you the most? The time it's going to take for a vaccine?
Bloomberg Radio, the Bloomberg Business app, and BloombergRadio.com. Bloomberg, the world is listening. Sometimes the simplest method is the best one.
I think even I could figure it out today.
Balance of Power with David Weston.
You got a high estimate, the future high estimate.
Weekdays at noon Eastern on Bloomberg Radio. Bloomberg, the world is listening. Broadcasting live from the Bloomberg Interactive Brokers Studio in New York. Bloomberg 1130 to Washington, D.C. Bloomberg 99.1 to Boston. Bloomberg 1061 to San Francisco. Bloomberg 960 to the country. Sirius XM Channel 119.
Oh, PTT on the move as well.
And BloombergRadio.com. This is Bloomberg Surveillance.
Hi, good morning. I'm Karen
Watching
Wilson.
GPS though.
Tom Keene and Paul Sweeney, the opening bell brought to you
Pulling
by
back
HCI.
hard.
Imagine your asset management firms
See if he
operating
sells
with
off a little bit
competitive
and then
advantage. Let SCI show you how at
comes right back up.
The S&P 500 is lower at the open. It's down 0.5% or 14 points at 3069. Dow Jones Industrial average down 0.7% or 187 points at
And NVC rejecting the 958 area. Right up the trend line up there.
Treasury up 730 seconds, yield 0.66%. Yield on the 2-year 0.17%. NYMEX crude oil is down 0.3% or 12 cents at 38.60 a barrel, and COMEX gold is down 0.4% or $7.60.
UPS going right back up.
The euro 1.1225 against the dollar. The yen 107.09. Tom and Paul.
Karen, thanks so much. I want to make clear, folks, the markets were pretty quiet here until about an hour and a half ago. There's been a real weight to the table.
Pulling back from that higher day. We had a 1258 pulling from 1060 high.
To look forward to the second half of this year, Damien Sassower. Damien, not this tranche, but the last time Austria put out the 100-year piece, I loaded the boat on that thing.
Flagging on the one.
97-year maturity, and as you know, the coupon was ample and came in, and when coupon comes in a lower yield, price goes up, and when you've got a 97-year piece, that means you go from par 100 to a 97% price appreciation. It moved yesterday through 190 back up to 197. So I got a wonderful gain on my Austrian piece. What's a long maturity in your world? Austria is not an emerging market. What's a long maturity in the Damien Sassower and risky world?
Well, Tom, I mean, Argentina does have a century bond, but we're not going to
CLST on the run. CLST.
your points on the 100-year tenor
I mean CLSK, I'm sorry.
developed markets. But if you look over the border
CLSK on the run.
Political risk is rising. We also have, just over the border in Russia, Putin expected to, there's going to be a constitutional referendum. Maybe
Gap pulling back real hard.
my focus is a little over the border from Austria, but I spent some time in Salzburg College back in 1990, so it has a warm place in my heart, though.
So, Damien, as you think about, kind of the emerging markets here, it's hard to take our focus off what's happening here in the U.S., but it just, kind of goes to other parts.
Expecting today to be somewhat of a slow day though.
They come out on the other side.
For the overall market, I mean.
Investors viewing China per se, and also as China as a potential bank to other emerging market economies.
That's a great question, Paul. I mean, very interesting. I mean, look, we're going to see some PMI data. It's obviously going to show some improvement in China, but what's interesting is, Beijing's just shut down again, schools and whatnot, and, sentiment could take a hit. We also see, PPI is going down. They're exporting deflation to the rest of the world. So that's the real mechanism, in my opinion, in terms of how, emerging market economy is going to function. I mean, it's this deflationary or disinflationary cycle that's spreading into a lot of these markets, allowing central banks to ease rates locally, and that should, in theory, help stimulate the economy. The problem is we're just not seeing it.
Okay, they export disinflation or deflation to the United States.
VXRT.
Just all of our listeners have a feeling for that.
VXRT on the run. VXRT on the run. VXRT.
Or New Zealand. I mean, what's the difference over there so close?
Well, it's labor, it's wages, right? I mean, this unlimited labor pool that China's had for, that the markets that's been operating under the assumption that it's just, unlimited is right now just proving to be accurate, right? And that's
Well, it's in regards to the Russell though. Russell 300. Expecting a lot of volume coming in by the close. So the overall market though, we're not talking about, when I said somewhat slow, I'm not talking about individual stocks though. You always are going to find stocks moving not correlated what the overall market is doing. So most definitely you always gonna be something moving, especially if you ask the person that got in on Gap at around 10 something and now it's 12 something. Nobody's gonna tell you that it's been slow. On the overall market, big companies, it's not as busy as a lot of people expect it to be. Again, it's because some people are on the sidelines waiting for the volume that's supposed to step in by the end of this month, and the Russell 2 and 300 by the last closing hour of the market. So there's a lot of people on the sidelines waiting for that. And the volume that kicks in, according to news, is actually very big. Today's Friday during summertime. It's always going to be something moving here or there, but not one day is just like the day before.
There's a thing called Wirecard, and it hasn't gone well. It's folks think Enron, for those of you of a certain vintage, and I guess they're innocent until proven guilty, but it's a German tech company where $2 billion's going astray. You can short the stock, you can short the bonds, price lower, yields higher. Or Damien, you can take part in the CDS, the credit default swap. A Wirecard has been a most profitable moonshot. How many people get to play that game? Is that just the province of 6 guys wired into the hedge fund who were on Billions like 3 episodes ago? I mean, who actually profits from a Wirecard CDS blow-up?
Well, I mean, not many, but I mean, if you just wanted to short the stock, I mean, if you, Buddy Borders, Carson Plum, Jim Chanos, the rest of them, that's expensive to do also, and retail investors can do it, Tom, you know this. I mean, if you're carrying a short position, the borrow becomes prohibitively expensive on just about any company these days, especially those where, taking a step back from that, my concern is going to see a lot more bankruptcies. This kind of an environment really, it just uncovers these kind of things that bubble beneath the surface. And my concern is there's a lot more of it to come. And so, I'm cautious here. I think, you take what you get. The summer months are upon us. Yeah, I said selling may go away. And that's going to work out.
Missed that bull flag entry in GPS though. Computer switched off all my screens and I had to start to rearrange. I was getting ready for that bull flag on the 1 minute. This is so stupid. Microsoft has me really messed up. I have deleted the software for my
All right, Damien, we're coming into the
for the connection of the external monitors that I have on my computer. Downloaded new software, the new update and everything else, and did an update on the Microsoft software. How do you call it? The Windows, and still it switches off the order of my things, and I have to rearrange again. Does this to me at least once a day. Sometimes it doesn't happen. Sometimes it just happens. Like, it's really annoying. I was getting ready. Look, I was watching this bull flag here, and I couldn't take advantage of this jump here because of that stupid stuff that just happened. And yes, that I'm pretty frustrated now. So the high at 12.94, 13 bucks. Let's just say it went to a high of 13.40 right there, 40 cents. Looking at a hanging man on the 1 minute. Probably gonna pull back over here. Jeez, man, I swear. Bill Gates have to come and pay my bills now.
Pandemic, given the dearth of tourism, financially, what does that mean?
I feel like you're giving me a layup. I was literally just reading before I came on about the Bahamas getting downgraded to junk, right? To by Moody's to BA2, right? So, as tourism revenue falls, we don't see any real sign that that's coming back anytime soon. Dominican Republic, Costa Rica, all these other big issues of dollar debt. And so, there's going to be risk there. But,
Spider dropping.
credits have done a heck of a lot better than the kind of oil
13.40.
credit, the Angolas, the Nigerians, the bones of the world. There's just too much hair on that dog, I guess. So, these are rather stiff with eventually tourism will be back and some emerging markets will benefit.
Hey, Damien, your phone line's going bad because you're floating out to sea from the beach. Damien says, thank you so much. Just brilliant wisdom there, folks, on EM and some of the oddities that are out there. With our news in Washington, here's Amy Morris.
Thank you, Tom. The U.S. has reported the biggest ever jump in coronavirus cases. More than 37,000 new cases in just one day. Now, President Trump told
Yeah, I see it.
builders in Wisconsin yesterday that the spike was because
I have it in one of the monitors here.
Almost 30 million tests. That means we're going to have more cases. If we didn't want to test, or if we didn't test, we wouldn't have cases. But we have cases because we test.
But government and health officials are actually calling now for more testing to help bring the virus under control. Ronald Plain was the Ebola czar in the
Right
Obama
here.
administration.
They test everyone every day at the White House. They have federal testing.
Thank you for bringing it up, though.
If you go to your job, you don't get
Good stuff, buddy.
It's good enough for the people who work at the White House. It should be good enough for people in every workplace in America.
All told, more than 2.4 million COVID-19 cases have been confirmed in the U.S., but the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention says total infections may actually be 10 times higher than that because a lot of people simply aren't showing symptoms. A job applicant's skills could soon take priority over a college degree for federal workers. President Trump is preparing to direct the federal government to overhaul its hiring practices. He'll sign an executive order today that outlines this new direction for the federal government. Now, this doesn't eliminate the degree requirements altogether, but it stresses skills in jobs where having a degree may be less important. Global news 24 hours a day on air and on Quick Take by Bloomberg, powered by more than 2,700 journalists and analysts in more than 120 countries. I'm Amy Morris. This is Bloomberg. Tom and Paul.
Amy, thanks so much. Paul Sweeney and Tom Keene. Paul, just a minute here on the media wars. Peacock launches like in what, 2 weeks? It's like
Yeah. Yep. I mean, joining a very crowded field, Tom, and I think the good news and the bad news is it's very crowded. types of entertainment. So this is the the period I think now maybe it's gonna be compressed because of the quarantine of the shakeout of some of these streaming services. We'll try to figure out who else can play with the likes of Netflix. Clearly, I think the market feels like Disney's going to be one of the remaining players. But HBO, they've had some branding issues, Tom. HBO Now, HBO Go, HBO Max. I mean, I'm a media person, and I don't know what it is. So I just click on my app, and I hope I get the shows I want. So, but so there's a lot of stuff out there, and but it's clear that that's where the world is going. That's how consumption's going, and I would argue that this pandemic is. I think eventually it will, Tom. Eventually it will here. I think the biggest issue for sports is, just getting them ramped up again, Tom. I mean, it's going to be really tough here as we think about them. Major League Baseball and NBA going to Florida. Would you want to be going to Florida now if you're an NBA player?
No.
Yeah.
And like the Phillies, somebody's going to get an infection. I mean, Paul, we're going to talk about this more because there was a wonderful article today. I can't remember who to cite, but like the future of ESPN is not a small matter.
No. No, that was at its peak. It was 40% of the operating profit of Disney. So.
Well, we will continue. Stay with us here when the market's open. This is Bloomberg. Good morning.
This is a Bloomberg Pursuit.
Hi, this is Jay Farner, CEO of Rocket Mortgage. Making the right financial decisions has never been more important. We can help guide you to those right decisions now, when they matter most. Mortgage rates are near historic lows, so when you call
We got
338
GPS flagging.
visit us at rocketmortgage.com to start your refinance. You'll be well on your way to saving money every month. The rate today on our 30-year fixed-rate mortgage is 3.375%. APR 3.59%. Right now could be
1340 was the high there.
positive financial steps forward with a
Stopping here.
refinance from Rocket Mortgage.
Probably gonna consolidate a little bit more before that makes that push up.
In addition, we may be able to help you refinance with little.
Coming right back to 1340.
At Rocket Mortgage, we're committed to every client, every time, no exceptions, no excuses, giving you the best mortgage experience. Call us today at 8338-ROCKET or go to rocketmortgage.com to learn more.
Listening to Bloomberg News. Pushing up.
If knowledge is power, the Bloomberg Terminal is your power up, connecting you to the real-time financial news, data, and analytics that can take your workflow to the next level. Power up at bloomberg.com/professional.
Pushing up GPS. 1350. Coming up to $half resistance. It's going there slowly. Been creeping up a little slow.
The world's financial decision makers connect on the Bloomberg Terminal, sharing ideas, negotiating trades, and forming an influential network that helps power global markets. Isn't it time you join them? Bloomberg.com/professional.
Look and luxury. The bright side of a decimated travel industry is that it's allowing countries to reset the sector. Take Thailand, which have become reliant on mass tourism to the point of over-tourism and environmental destruction. When so-called travel bubbles are agreed upon, marketing efforts will be geared toward big spenders seeking privacy and social distancing. In real estate news,
2 more minutes for the 5-minute candle to close.
finds of city living may push up suburban New Jersey home prices by the most in 16 years. This looks like the 1970s, which was a time when people were leaving the cities, says Jeffrey Otto, president of real estate consultancy Otto.
Pushing up.
In Manhattan,
Over 1350.
Virginia Edmond has obtained a $19 million loan against her apartment at 432 Park Avenue on so-called Billionaires Road. Transaction overseas said how the rich leverage assets for liquidity. Visit BloombergPursuits.com for more. I'm Andrew O'Day, Bloomberg Radio.
Why do hedge funds and other alternative managers rely on Pershing for
CTSR is moving. CTXR.
We help alternative investment managers create great experiences for their clients. Whether it's customized financing, securities lending solutions, platform
GPS staying around 1350 really strong.
is committed to this business and dedicated to meeting your evolving demands.
To learn more about the unique industry-leading solutions for hedge funds and other alternative managers, visit Pershing.com.
Shooting star on
NYSE SIPC.
Global news 24
the
hours
1 minute.
on air and at TikTok on Twitter. Covered by more than 2,700 journalists and analysts in over
About to close 15 5 minute candle.
Bloomberg Radio. Now, a global news update. After two record-breaking days of new coronavirus cases, the virus task force will meet today for the first time in several weeks. The announcement comes as at least 30 states are seeing a resurgence in cases.
Hovering around 1350 though.
Oklahoma and Texas are seeing fresh high peaks. The Trump administration announced the briefing will not take place at the White House, but instead will be held at the Department of Health and Human Services. Bill Michaels, Washington.
Three people are reported killed in Glasgow, Scotland. A report says a police officer was stabbed. Officials say the situation has been contained. Consumer spending jumped 8.2% in May after record declines the previous 2 months, but analysts say the economy continues to be pointed down. On Wall Street, the Dow was off 174 points in the opening minute. S&P down 12 points. I'm Mike Moore.
At the start of every day, you can't predict exactly how it'll end.
How much has demand ramped up for it?
Better information helps.
This is largely about survival in many ways.
Bloomberg Business Week, weekday afternoons at 2 Eastern on Bloomberg Radio. Markets, headlines, and breaking news 24 hours a day at Bloomberg.com, the Bloomberg Business app, and on Quick Take by Bloomberg. This is a Bloomberg Business Flash.
And I'm Karen Moscow, and U.S. stocks are lower after a volatile week, with investors weighing a resurgence in new virus infections and data showing a drop in U.S. incomes. We check the markets every 15 minutes to on the trading day on Bloomberg. The S&P 500 is down 0.7%, down 22 points at 3061. The Dow Jones Industrial Average down 1.1% or 282 points at 25,462. The Nasdaq's down 0.75% or 75 points at 9941. 10-year Treasury up
1371 GPS.
The yield on the 2-year 0.17%. NYMEX crude oil is down 0.9% or 35 cents at 38.36 a barrel. COMEX gold down 0.7% or $13.20 at 17.57.70 an ounce. The euro 1.1215 against the dollar. The yen is at 107.19. And data showed consumer spending surged by a record in May as Americans spent relief payments, though incomes slumped. Big banks sliding following yesterday's rally after the Federal Reserve capped dividends and banned buybacks through September. Bank of America is down 3.7% and Wells Fargo down 4.8%. The Gap is up more than 32.5% after announcing a partnership with Kanye West's Yeezy fashion label. And that's a Bloomberg Business Flash. Tom and Paul.
Karen, thanks so much. Greatly appreciate that. One of the joys this year, in the past 12 months, was to soiree down to Washington, this is pre-pandemic, and wander into a building and see a wonderfully, wonderfully reinvigorated International Institute for Finance. And this is under the leadership of Tim Adams. He is out of Kentucky. Tim Adams serving the nation at Treasury and took on the wonderful job at IIF, the consortium of all the banks worldwide, truly reinvigorating that important institution. We're thrilled that Tim Adams will join us this morning. Tim, how is IIF doing in a pandemic? I mean, I guess you go virtual, but if any of our listeners' groups wants to get together, there's nothing like physical contact, is there?
Keep coming higher towards the $14 mark. Being strong. Good morning, Sean. GPS going strong. Going strong. This partnership with Kanye has helped it out a lot.
Tim, one of the great questions, and there's
Looking pretty decent though.
banks, the ones that you spend a lot of time talking
GPS
about.
held the
These are all the big
1350
consolidation
really strong,
this disease,
really
this
strong,
virus, this pandemic
and creeped
has
up, was
spearheaded
creeping
this
up
session. It
slowly,
doesn't delay the process
slowly. He
of
held very
bank
nicely.
consolidation.
Good question, Tom. I think in the short term, we're all talking money. We're ensuring that capital continues to flow the real economy. But I think once we come out of that, it'll be a recognition that we need consolidation. I think we're going to see in Europe. We've seen a couple of announcements in Gulf states over the last couple of days, large banks consolidating. We're going to see in Asia. And the U.S. has been consolidating for 20 or 30 years, and that process will continue, if not accelerate.
So, Tim, I guess I have to admit, not being a banking expert, but I've read a lot of the research this morning. I was a little bit surprised that the Federal Reserve added some new rules that could limit dividends and buybacks, because I thought the stress test the banks came through in pretty good shape. I've been told by bank analysts and fund managers that the banks are much better shape now than they were going into the 2008 financial crisis. How do you kind of play that, or what's your take on that?
Okay, pulling back here. See 1372 low, that candle right there on the 1 minute time frame.
So is the sense that this is a precautionary measure? Because as I look at some of the big banks, the JP Morgans, the Bank of Americas of the world, the balance sheets look pretty rock solid to me.
I completely agree. I think this is being just cautionary. That's the Fed's job. And I must applaud the Fed. Jay Powell and Randy Quarles and others have done a remarkable job in this period of time. It is
CTXR keeps making new highs.
stock price is taking it this morning. We saw the same thing in Europe when similar measures are put in place. But it is time for caution, and this is extreme caution. I applaud the Fed's efforts.
Looking at CTXR here, but the 5 minute time frame, no, that's not a bull flag.
With the bankers. I mean, what was it, 5 years ago, 4 years ago, we had bankers lined up, swearing in Congress and all that. Is the relationship proved a bit?
Oh, the relationship is much better. We have a great relationship with the administration, also members of Congress. You know, again, Tom, we're part of the solution. We're channeling capital to the real economy.
Give me a minute.
Deposits are up. You know, we have provisions in place for
Okay.
wage relief, for auto relief. So, yes.
Well, no, that's very fair that the Trump administration, I think, has been very much pro sort of corporation and Wall Street and that. How do you, Tim, and with your wonderful political attuneness, how do you feel the banks will adapt to the protests across this nation that are much more social, not so much Black Lives Matter, but all lives matter? How will the banks immediately adapt to that?
Yeah, that's a great question, Tom. You know, if you look at Jamie Dimon, who headed the business roundtable the past 3 years, he, among other corporate leaders, are looking for ways to promote diversity within their own institution. We need to reach out to forgotten communities, those who feel that not only economy but socially they've been left behind. We need to do a better job, without question.
Sorry about that. $14 here, 1408. Just see a lot of volume coming in. Micro pullback here. I think we're gonna test the 14 for a second. There you go.
Even farther beyond than the IIF. Are you optimistic bankers could do that?
I'm optimistic that we can be a part of the solution without question. I've done a number of Zoom calls this week where the top topic was how can we play a positive role in society, not just in capital formation and lending, but how can we be a real agent of change?
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
One of the reasons, folks, I hope this pandemic ends is so I can do a soiree in Washington with Tim Adams and the IIF. It's an important meeting with a lot of really, really good expert discussion. Tim Adams, he is the CEO of the International Institute for Finance. Paul, what an odd week, Paul. I'm supposed to say that was an interesting week of that. It was just an odd week. I mean, there's no other way to put it.
Lots of economic data conflicting, but I think the overriding issue for the markets here, Thomas, is the resurgence in some of these big
DSR making new highs here. GPS still looking pretty decent though.
that we were approaching the other side, that the
GPS looking good.
Negative 281, the VIX 32.77. This is Bloomberg Radio.
Have you wanted to speak? Keep those cute furry tails wagging. Shop dog supplies like Purina dog food, Trekker's dog treats, Ives dog food, and Blue Buffalo dog treats. Get them with same-day delivery on the Target app for contactless shopping, and have your shopper deliver your order right to your doorstep. It's that easy.
At Bloomberg, we know a lot of financial experts.
Was a former president of the European Central Bank.
Global Financial Warriors is a classic textbook.
A lot of political experts.
If you were advising the President of the United States, what's the thing that he's not doing that he should do?
And lucky for you, we know a lot of science experts too.
You talked about those reagents which are necessary for the testing. It's also the behavioral psychological approach.
Bloomberg Radio, the Bloomberg Business app, and BloombergRadio.com.
Pretty decent move on GPS though, moving higher. Kanye certainly, and the Yeezys brand have really helped the brand, the Gap brand, come back.
Will technology lead us out of this crisis?
How many companies
Moving to 1450.
Fed seems to have really flexed its muscles.
Got a pullback here. Strong pullback though to 1425. We got chances though that Gap is gonna be halted. Looks like a lot more people are interested in this play right now than in the last 15 minutes.
Good Friday morning from New York City and points beyond.
Amazing move so far on Gap.
We're going to chat with Mike Mulaney, Director of Global Markets Research at Boston Partners. We'll get his take on the markets, and later in the program, very
Why you say that you're gonna lose everything?
Johns Hopkins University Assistant Professor of Emergency Medicine, get her thoughts on the spread of the virus, which seems to be ravaging parts of the Sun Belt. But first, let's go to Greg Jarrett of Bloomberg News for a Bloomberg Business Flash. Greg.
We just got word, Paul. Texas has the governor there has ordered that they shut down taverns in the state, including the Hill Country. Meanwhile, stocks are down again. Treasuries are up as resurgence in new virus infections threatens to halt progress on reopening.
Good stuff here. Good stuff here.
15 minutes.
Pull back on the 5 here.
S&P 500 is down 0.75%, down 24. Dow's down 1.1%, down 297. And the Nasdaq is down 0.9%, down 87. The 10-year is up 7/30 seconds. The yield 0.66%. West Texas Intermediate crude is down 1.1% at 38.29 a barrel. COMEX gold is down 0.75% at 17.5740 an ounce. The dollar yen stands at 107.17. The euro is $1.1208, and the British pound $1.23.56. In the face of the raging pandemic, American Airlines says it'll sell flights to capacity starting July 1st, abandoning caps on passenger loads that were designed to promote social distancing amid the pandemic. Customers, they say, will still be notified when they're booked on crowded flights and can move their reservation at no cost. American Airlines is down 3%. That's a Bloomberg Business Flash. Bloomberg Markets is underway now. Bonnie Quinn and Paul Sweeney.
Greg Jarrett, thank you. And while the virus seems to be on the offense, stocks are on the defense today. A Friday trade, no doubt. Let's bring in Dave Wilson to explain to us what exactly is going on. Certainly the banks are not faring so well today.
Absolutely not, Bonnie. I mean, if you look at the S&P 500, the 10 biggest declines at the moment all belong to the banks. And you put that all together, and it's about the Federal Reserve's decision to require them to maintain their dividends and not buy back shares through the third quarter. They're going to have to resubmit capital plans. I mean, all this tied into the coronavirus pandemic and the potential effect on the financial system. So you're seeing stocks take a hit because of that, the financial shares especially. So really, it's a matter at this point of, getting through the day and then getting to the close of trading when the Russell indexes all get, as they say, reconstituted. It's an annual overhaul. I mean, that's when you're going to see all the trading, no question. What we're seeing at the moment, relatively muted, you might say, and a lot of it's going to happen in that last half hour and then be recorded after the close, because it'll happen right on the close as the indexes get reshuffled.
How often does that occur on a
Tapping kind of 5-minute time frame. NIO pulling hard. NIO pulling hard.
And that's the difference between, say, the Russell indexes and the S&P indexes, like the S&P 500, that they change over time. And for institutions, every time you shift the index around, you have to trade to reflect that. Buy what goes in, sell what goes out, or kind of reduce or increase the percentage that you have in a given stock. And it all comes with a trading cost. And one of the advantages that Russell has traditionally touted is that it's all once a year. You get
Spider selling off.
you don't have that cost throughout
Spider
the year.
selling off.
Which means there's a whole lot of trading too. I went back to last year, and if you looked at the last half-hour trading and then after the close, more than half the shares on the day trading recorded at that time when you look at stocks listed either on the New York Stock Exchange or the NASDAQ.
LB pulling hard though. LB pulling real hard.
What does it mean for the different styles of investing that Bank of America says the number of growth stocks may plunge to 421 from 533, value index membership
Wow.
might rise by more than 100 to 800.
LB pulling really hard.
It's a function of just how the markets have moved over time. There's been so much focus on the biggest technology companies, and they certainly fit the growth category. So, as much as anything,
GPS pulling back real hard.
how investors have kind of moved over time. So, when you
About
talk about
45-cent drop here.
growth in value, that's going to be
Watching for another possible bounce.
investors have to deal with. Not
I
only
think I'm gonna let this 5-minute candle close here.
more stocks, again, that comes at a cost.
Still has about another 4 minutes to go.
That affects potential.
See what happens here.
So, Davis, we take a look at the market this week. I mean, Tom
Give it a second.
was saying in the last hour, it's just an
It's coming right back to 14. I think that sell-off is probably done.
It comes down to the story of the week was kind of the pandemic and the resurgence and things like that, and maybe the market fatigue saying, "Oh boy, here we go again." Kind of how do you characterize this week's trading? Again, another week day today.
Well, you have to not only consider what's been going on this week, but you have to remember what's been going on this quarter. It's been quite the performance for the S&P 500.
Yeah.
Just looking at where we are right now, you're still up 18% for the quarter.
Okay, volume stepping in here
On
on the bullish side on GPS.
you don't generally
Let's see if
kind of advance in a quarter.
the prior 1438, prior 1445 is gonna react. I think that little bit of a bounce here was just people covering positions. I think we're gonna pull a little bit more again. The tide has not changed here. The tide has not changed here. I'm not really going to anticipate a bounce because I think this was just people
For Dave, the direction today
covering
is
positions.
down, and the S&P
Covering
500
positions,
10%
though.
on the major themes that you talked about, but there are some stocks higher, and retailers among them. You've Kohl's, Ross Stores, eBay, Dollar Tree, and then of course Gap, which is up 39%, but that's again a separate story.
Gap is in a class of its own today, thanks to Kanye West.
Kanye.
For a line of
Kanye, you on the news today.
Yeezy Gap.
Yeezy Gap. Wow, it's a Yeezy Gap.
It's all a matter of Gap trying to be cool, I guess, and so the idea that it's not just for dads, so to speak, and you go back to 1980, you don't see a bigger gain than what we're seeing in Gap today, and potentially ever since the company went public back in 1976. So, yeah, I mean, some strength among the other retailers as well. And again, it's going to come down to what the quarterly results look like. And for a lot of these chains, we're not going to find out until August. I mean, given that their fiscal quarter is typically a month behind the calendar.
Yeah, and it's still tough on that retailer. A little bit of a head fake here, in my opinion.
Again,
It
yeah.
seems like, all the
All right, we
evidence
retesting
retailers
the
still there,
1383.
by all this unemployment.
Yeah,
1383 retest here on Gap. Let's see how we react to this thing here.
we've seen Microsoft
LB pulling back really hard for the 1440 daily level.
in a position where they have to.
Yeah, I mean, it's fascinating. The virus is obviously going
LB is also watch on my end. LB on watch on my end. LB, LB, LB.
Partnership with Adidas as well, does it dilute some of the, the appeal of Yeezy Adidas, which obviously has, it has a loyal fan base at this point, or does it make it, is it fine? Can they exist separately and so on?
Yeah, I just think the issue is going to be
1398. 50 simple moving average in a 1 minute time frame. 1398. 50 simple moving average on LB daily. GPS hovering around here. Let's see what we're gonna do. Staying around 1384, 1385. That was a key level down here. We had a retest here. This area though. Look at this area here. You gotta watch for this area. Look, this area here is that's a key level to watch.
Starting Monday, river rafting businesses will have to shut down completely.
Watch this area here.
More than 39,000 new COVID-19 cases just yesterday. That was a new one-day high. Dr. Ashish Jha is director of the Harvard Global Health Institute. Do we have enough testing to contain the spike?
We do not. We should have. We've made progress. We're up to about 500,000 tests a day, and that's improvements. But we're way below where we need to be if we're really going to use testing as part of our strategy to get this infection under control.
Dr. Anthony Fauci with the White House Coronavirus Task Force tells the Washington Post they're looking at testing people in groups. That way, if a test comes back negative in a sample from one pool, researchers would move on to the next one. If it's positive, every sample in that pool would then be tested. He says the current situation is not working. Joe Biden says he would use the powers of the presidency to encourage people to wear masks in public. Presumptive Democratic nominee was wearing a mask himself as he talked about it with Pittsburgh TV station KDKA.
The one thing we do know, these masks make a gigantic difference. I would insist that everybody...
Gotta say, yeah, that's great. Wear a mask and all that kind of stuff. But every time I put on a mask, I think I'm just... Every time I put on a mask, I feel like I'm gonna faint. This is no fun though. Like wearing masks and stuff. I'm not Batman or Superman, and it's all great. You gotta protect people and stuff. But I gotta say though, when I'm outside, if I'm not inside of the store, I don't put on any kind of mask. I can't. The breathing is really extremely hard though. Really extremely hard. Alright, it's a pullback, real strong pullback on GPS, right down to the View app. LB pulling down real hard too. Spider dropping, LB, pulling right down, LB. LB came down real strong from that daily level 1440 LB.
The world's financial decision makers connect on the Bloomberg terminal, sharing ideas, negotiating trades.
50 simple moving average micro bounce on GPS here.
Isn't it time you join them? Bloomberg.com/professional.
What hoops do you need to jump through to get accurate, timely financial news?
Is that a legitimate exercise, or is it just too much guessing?
Surprisingly, none.
How can we tell whether a company is
LB, what a pull on that 15-minute candle. BXRT though, that was a 5-minute bear flag pattern on the 5 BXRT. Overall market pulling hard, real hard. Yeah, masks are not, this thing with the masks are, I'd rather not to get too, I try not to keep it, or not to get into political stuff. On my personal end, I really do believe that you know, things, yeah, certainly are happening, but seems like everything out there is all together combined for like a bigger purpose and somebody's agenda, though. So I don't know. I just don't. I see what's happening, but I just don't trust it. Like whatever the news reports say exactly, you know, I try to do my own research because I don't trust exactly everything that comes out in the news. News can certainly be manipulated, though, especially nowadays, you know. Flagging on LB, flagging LB, flagging LB, flagging GPS. Flagging LB and flagging GPS.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even in all these years.
Flagging LB, flagging GPS, view app.
At age 30, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you were thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
The markets in focus every business day. The Bloomberg Markets Podcast with Paul Sweeney and Bonnie Quinn.
Are there some sectors that you want to have more or less exposure to?
Once again.
Analysis of the day's Wall Street action.
What's the thought on Apple here?
From Bloomberg Intelligence, Bloomberg Opinion, and
GPS holding. Come right back up. View app. View app. So you keep an eye on it. This formation here can end up being a little bit tricky.
Is something strange in the numbers? That seems like a big miss to me.
Doing pretty good, dude. Looking at the picture now. Feel good for you, man. Strong comeback. That's what counts. That's what counts. Coming back strong. Coming back strong. Coming back strong. That's what counts, dude. You're amazing, man. You're doing pretty good. I'm glad for you, man. Okay, watching this flag formation on LB here.
Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray.
Yeah, cleaning spray. Buy that cleaning spray. Disinfect everything. Yes, yes. Disinfect everything. Cleaning spray.
Communal Fund, Zoya Raines and her husband Robert Friedman, Jewish activists and philanthropists, talk about why they chose the Jewish Communal Fund for their charitable giving.
As very busy working parents,
The last 2 days I've been doing a lot of yard work, man. Probably waited too long because the heat has been killing me. But I was taking, getting the garden really nice, and the backyard and the front of the house, installing new mulch and black and red mulch to make everything look pretty nice, neat, and fancy. Now, you know, I've been quite busy over the last few days, working on my gardening. Got people coming over for the July, and I'm trying to make everything look really nice and clean and neat and everything else. And so, you know, been kind of busy doing a lot of trips to Home Depot over the last couple of days. Gotta drive into New York tonight. It's been a while since the last time I was like in New York. Well, not necessarily, but I was last week there. I had to fix something on Saturday. I went. Tomorrow I'm going back. Tonight and then tomorrow. Gotta go tomorrow to Brooklyn. Tonight gotta go into the Bronx. And prior to last week that I went to Brooklyn, since like March, actually the last week of February, I think I didn't go to New York. So from, let's say, the beginning of March into now June, kind of like the ending of June, it's not New York at all. Kind of crazy how quite how we have been trapped inside of our houses, though. Kind of like we've been hiding from the world out there. Watching LB though for this consolidation pattern here. I'm gonna let it run a little bit, and if it comes back, I'm gonna slap it as a short. The consolidation here. Let me show you real quick what it looks like, so you can see it. The LB came down real hard from the 1440 daily, right? Came really strong, down really strong, got a 1440, 1312. And now this consolidation I'm watching, see how and when this thing is gonna start turning this flag. Look, Paul and flag, right? So I'm watching it for a possible follow through. See, maybe we can have some follow through under the $14 mark.
Excuse me, that's the S&P is down 1.4%, down 42. The Dow is down 1.7%, down 430. And the NASDAQ is down 1.7%, down 166. The 10-year is up 930 seconds. The yield is 0.65%. West Texas Intermediate crude oil is down 1.5% at 38.14 a barrel, with COMEX gold down 0.9%, 17.5520 an ounce. The dollar yen 107.16. The euro $12.05.
Let's see how GPS plays out.
Amazon.com's buying autonomous vehicle startup Zoox, a move that could potentially help the e-commerce giant slash delivery costs and create a formidable opponent to ride-hailing and food delivery companies. Terms of the deal have not been announced. That's a Bloomberg Business Flash. I'm Greg Jarrett. This is Bloomberg Markets with Paul Sweeney and Bonnie Quinn on Bloomberg Radio.
Well, you heard Greg Jarrett. Indices are lower today by 1.4 to 1.6%.
Let's see how LB plays out here. If it's that flag has any kind of follow through to the downside here. It looks a little extended though, but it might have that little bit of a follow through here under the $14 mark.
Just give me an idea of what you make of the valuation of this overall market right now.
It looks stretched to the naked eye. I can say that we're at about 22 times forward multiples for the S&P 500 right now as we speak. Long-term average is more in that 15 range, but with interest rates near zero, everyone's
Still that doji holding strong here around 13.99.
valuation range when you have discount rates this low. So it's hard to ascertain whether we're overvalued or undervalued or fairly valued this time based upon the level of interest rates.
Right, Mike, we've had this fantastic rebound off of what was an historic plunge in the early stages of the pandemic here. Are there areas that you think are still attractive here, given that, gee, we may be seeing
Market selling off.
resurgence of the pandemic? This may be a longer pool than maybe people thought even as recently as several weeks ago. Are some areas that you think are attractive?
Yeah, if you believe that we're still in the third inning of the coronavirus, which I think many of the health authorities do believe, then most likely the market's going to trade once again more towards defensive names, and that will continue to be, once again, healthcare is going to be doing reasonably well, consumer staples, etc. Even potentially utilities today. Utilities being the only green spot on my screen today as we speak. So I think that will continue to be the case if we have this overhang, obviously, of the virus affecting what's happening with the markets. Away from that, from a pure valuation standpoint, and if you want to look and have a long-term perspective,
I'll be pulling back.
to financials. Financials are really dirt cheap now on a relative
15-minute candle, 1390.
in the S&P 500 and the overall market itself. We've got to have a belief, though, we're going to get some kind of an increase in interest rates over time to have confidence that financials will actually come through for you. Shape of the curve is better now. We've got a positive shape of the yield curve.
1390 prior low here.
Rates is still relatively low for financials to do particularly well. And for that to happen, we're probably going to have to see some kind of an inflationary spike happening sometime in the near future for financials to do well. But the financials, by definition, by what we see right now, are definitely the cheapest part of the marketplace.
Yeah, I mean, it's so interesting because we've had this value rotation trade, conversation for so long, and it just hasn't happened yet. And I know back in 2019 you loaded up on banks and insurers and health
Flagging on the 5.
situation now. Are you sticking with those choices given everything that's
thoughts on energy here? We've seen WTI crude, move back up close to 40 or 38 and change here on WTI. Certainly well off the lows, but perhaps not at the levels where the energy space is attractive. What's your call there?
Energy is tricky, and it's all depending upon oil, as you just mentioned. So the supply-demand situation is what's going to drive the price of oil, and that's what's going to drive the energy sector in general. We've had a rebound in oil, obviously, and in energy prices, and in the sector as well. The reason being is, the supply has been dramatically constrained from the OPEC, and obviously some slowdown as far as drilling in the United States. So we've got relief on the supply side, and at the same time, demand didn't fall as dramatically as supply did. So we've got a pump in price. But that is a very tricky proposition for anybody to look at because you're dealing with obviously the politics of OPEC and once again the effect of the coronavirus as far as overall
Flagging here, LB.
energy looks cheap for all the right reasons, I guess you'd say, maybe the wrong reasons, but no question energy is inexpensive generically if you think you're going to get a rebound in oil prices that stick someplace.
It held
The 45.
1390. It's probably gonna have a comeback though.
Earlier explaining about the Russian reconstitution, and obviously with the way things are going, there's going to be a lot more growth stocks and then fewer value stocks. Does that change how you approach your strategies?
No, not really. I mean, we're still going to be value managers. We do think that, once again, if you look back at the farmer French factors of what drives stock prices over time, there's the big three. There's size, there's basically quality, and there's value. And we're going to continue to be value investors, pretty much irrespective of what happens in the underlying indices, as long as people are looking for specific styles and the value style remains intact, which we think it will be.
Hey, Mike, thanks so much for joining us. We always appreciate your perspective coming from the value side of the equation. Mike Mullaney, Director of Global Markets Research at Boston Partners. Just looking at a headline.
Gap up.
Albertsons, the supermarket chain, indicated
Um,
their IPO at 16, indicated opening 16.7.
INO
So looking for some stability there as Albertsons
hasn't even been halted. It's gonna be really hard for INO to gap up.
coming up. We'll have more of this.
A gap is a space in between the closing of a candle and the opening of the following candle. If there is not a lot of volume, we're not on the pre-market or after hours, it's going to be extremely difficult for a gap. Needs a lot of volume first. Second, it could be on the daily candles, you can get a gap, or you can get a halt, or you can have a lot of volume and the closing and the opening of the following price will actually have a gap. That is not something that looks like in the current market we'll see on INO. So there's no way we're gonna have a gap on INO. And what is an H form? H form?
The best of Bloomberg Business Week every business day.
We've got a market sell-off that's spreading around the globe.
The Bloomberg Business Week podcast with Carol Massar and Jason Kelly.
Let's do the Bloomberg Business Week fight of the day, Carol.
The day's breaking global business, finance, and tech news, along with smart analysis.
We know the Fed is going to be short and steady.
The Bloomberg Business Week podcast.
A great scoop on the terminal.
Listen today on BloombergRadio.com. The Bloomberg Business
LB, well, it depends on how long, how much you're gonna hold. See, we got a 1407 here. And for example, we have a flag, we came down hard, flag with this consolidation, and we had a breakdown. And he moved from the 1407 here to 1390 low of this candle, which is the same low right here. So he just held the prior low. If he broke, then the follow through move would have been a lot, it would have been great. I'm sorry, but since it held, now it looks like the flag formation is in play on the 5 minutes. We got a 1407 high here. If he holds, it can come right back and have a retest of this area, and this time around it can just really have some follow through and just break under it. But now it's just going sideways though. But it did have a breakdown on the flag. It's just that it was about what's the low here? 1402. It was just about 12, 10, 12 cent move on this thing. So it's really not something out of the world. So, but a quick scalp, a small trade, yeah, why not? Now you gotta watch how it interacts with this prior low here, 1390, because if it breaks, it can follow through and keep coming down. And so notice here, it's coming down. Now, if you get into this formation, the stop has to be around 1407. So that gives you enough room for you to wait, if you have to wait until that consolidation breaks, to see if it's really gonna work or not, right? Low 1390, 1407, depending really on where you're gonna get in. But 1407 is the high here, so that will be the spot where I put the stop loss. GPS coming down. 5 minutes, 1338.
The narrative is driven by uncertainty about the virus.
Political reversals. It's not clear that some of the Republicans up on the Hill are agreed with the Republican White House.
Economic shifts.
The macro clearly being driven by the coronavirus outbreak.
Everything seems to be in motion.
Will it also mean a global recession in your view now?
But here, you're on solid ground.
Looking forward to guiding you through all of this.
Bloomberg Radio, the Bloomberg Business app, and BloombergRadio.com. Bloomberg, the world is listening.
You took the first step and quit smoking, but even former smokers may still be at risk for lung cancer. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know about a new low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early. It takes only 60 seconds and could save your life. You took the first step, now take the next. Visit SaveByTheScan.org for a simple quiz to see if you're eligible and talk to your doctor about screening. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
Asset managers who seize change to launch new strategies, add distribution channels, or exploit new technology to re-engineer the investor experience are often rewarded. However, in an industry paralyzed with complexity, few act with agility or decisively. Few run their business strategically. Yet, the most competitive managers in the market know with a great partner and a flexible operating platform, you can. Go boldly toward change with SEI Investment Manager Services.
Determination and operational strength are both essential factors for growth in asset management. I'm Steve Meyer, President, Head of SEI's Investment Manager Services Division. We know that disruptive forces create opportunities around the world. If you see potential in change, our industry specialists will maximize SEI's integrated platform of data and risk management, global investment operations, compliance support, and investor services to position your asset management business for success. Come grow with us.
With SEI Investment Manager Services, you lead the charge in a competitive marketplace. Learn more at SEIC.com/seize change.
Business is constantly evolving. Is your financial printer evolving to keep ahead of the curve? At Command Financial, we are redefining financial printing.
LB pulling back.
Industry-leading expertise.
Red flag pattern formation on the 1 minute time frame on GPS.
And best practices. Every day, Command helps SEC registrants, as well as members of their working groups, including securities attorneys and
LB,
investment bankers, prepare,
LB,
file, and
right back down,
disseminate regulatory and disclosure
1391,
documents, such as registration
follow
statements,
through,
M&A documents, and mutual fund prospectuses.
coming down now.
Command provides a full range of services to help you effectively complete your deal, meet your disclosure requirements, and achieve your shareholder communications objectives. Visit our website at commandfinancial.com and learn how we're evolving, not only with the times, but also with your business requirements. Command Financial, redefining financial printing.
Flag GPS.
Hi, I'm your host, Smokey Cole Bear, filling in for Smokey, because after 75 years of...
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Turns out there's much more to say. Nearly 90% of wildfires are caused by us humans being careless. Dumping our used car chemicals willy-nilly. Just the
LB still hovering around this 1390, 1391 area prior low, that consolidation. hitting that 1391 now. Hovering around here, holding this flag on the 5 minutes now. $13.89, $13.90 broke. $13.89. Holding around here still. Not running fast enough. Tapping at 1390 again. Still gonna come down here. Yep. Printing on the 80s now. Coming back to the 90s. They trying to hold it. Seems like we're gonna fall here. Pen up formation, 1 minute time from GPS. LB coming down. LB coming down 1390 now again. Holding around there.
Early in the pandemic, the Federal Reserve stepped up and did its part in aggressively injecting liquidity into the marketplace. We even had Congress with a $3 trillion fiscal stimulus plan.
CHFS, is that the 50-cent stock that you're talking about there?
A lot of that stimulus is going to be running out relatively soon. The question is, does Congress need to come through with another round of fiscal stimulus to continue to keep this economy from going over a cliff? Torsten Slok, chief economist at Deutsche Bank,
LB 1388.
joins us. Torsten, I kind of want to put that question to you here. How critical is it for Congress to come through with another round of fiscal stimulus?
GPS coming down. I had a pen on 1 minute time frame pen formation. LB coming down, still looking pretty decent. Moving slow though, but moving. I'll tap in at 1385.
Those benefits normally last 26 weeks, but workers who lost their job back in March will have exhausted all of their unemployment benefits by September. Torsten, do you think that Congress finds a way around those rules? And if not, how do these people manage?
1387 tap here.
There's a lot of talk about more business support coming, but Marty, to your question here, it is all about the exact design. Will the new fiscal support that comes with that be infrastructure? That will not directly help households, and if anything, infrastructure takes a long time. There are not that many shovel-ready projects normally when you do infrastructure investment spending. So the short answer to your question is that it all depends on what the exact nature of the package will be. There's also been talk about a payroll tax cut. There's also been some discussion about do we need more
states to balance their budgets. Most states have balanced budget amendment, and we're seeing forecasts of some multi-billion-dollar deficits for a lot of states.
That's right, Paul, and that's why this has also been a bullet point that there has been talk about that this is something that's needed. So a very macroeconomic way of looking at this whole question is that if the unemployment rate is still 10% in December and going into next year, that just sets in motion a lot of different things that will require, therefore, more support. Local governments, household sector balance sheets, corporate sector balance sheets, on the particular small business sector balance sheet. So in that sense, this next few weeks become absolutely critical. The conversations around what will the nature and the design be of any of the future fiscal support, and will there any future fiscal support, will any support be coming along? That becomes very important for markets, because if not, let's say that we don't get more support to the household sector, and if the unemployment rate does end up being 10% by the end of the year, again, Congressional Budget Office is forecasting, that means that more people begin to fall behind on their payments, on their car loans, on their credit cards, on their mortgages. You will also see people fall behind on CMBS payments, and across the board, those, of course...
Guys, give me a second here. Sorry about that. Hi, how are you? Sorry, but guys, I'm trying to schedule somebody to come and clean my rugs, and so I was calling a couple of people, see how long it's gonna take. One is about a turnaround about a week, and the other one is about 2 weeks. So it's like it's kind of cuckoo. 2 weeks is a little bit of time, really. I don't want to go that route, waiting that long. But anyway, I apologize for that. That stuff having you guys there. Let's see. CLSK coming right back up. Gee, man, it's going into 11 in the morning, a little bit slow for me here. Guys, I'm gonna take a little break here. It seems a little bit slow. I see LB and GPS just going sideways and not looking like there's much going on right this moment. So I'm gonna take advantage of the moment. I gotta go out to pick something up before it gets a little bit too late. And now with the making lines to getting stores and stuff like that, I'm trying to get to that spot before it gets really crazy. Because I hate making lines though, going in or out. So I'm gonna take a step back before it's noon. I guess it's probably gonna be a less people at this time than later. So I'm gonna take a step back here, and you guys take care of yourselves, and we'll see you guys in a little while. For now, sayonara for a little while, and I'll see you guys later. Take care, guys.